All right, so 2 months ago, I was doing content for a multimillionaire entrepreneur and I left. That's the hook. I left. This is where I'm at now, and this is where I'm going next. So, I lived in this guy's living arrangement, which was everything that other people could be asking for. What would love to live in? Penthouse paid for, your own office space, no rent, and just focusing on creating content that converts, right? But the role wasn't what I signed up for creatively, if that makes sense. Even though it was a creative director role. But it turns out that the chapter costed me a lot. Like, even right now, I'm at the point where I'm trying to dust off the rust on me. I'm trying to get back, doing camera stuff again. And honestly, I'm picking my life up back together. When I was in the shit for like 6 months, dropped everything else and just focused on that. And it costed me. Creatively, I got bankrupt to the point where I don't even find enjoyment in doing this right now. And I hate to say that because I prided myself on my identity as being a cameraman for so long. And now I'm questioning, is this even what I want to be? Do I even enjoy doing this? Maybe I'd sing a different tune if I was making money off of this. I burnt a lot of money and I burnt a lot of time. And I moved back home. I'm rebuilding my life at 26. I turned 26 in a few days, but I'm getting booted off insurance. I'm basically an adult by that point. I'm still driving my old car. It still works, but it's not where I imagined my life would be 2 years ago. I prided myself for so long that, you know what? I'm a cameraman. I'm gonna move through these scenes, especially nightlife, because these people got money. And when people have money, they can fund the lifestyle that I want. And so I can freely focus on doing what I want to do and do what I'm good at. But I saw the ugliness of a lot of it. I saw the emptiness. And then I learned maybe this is not what I wanted. Was this something that social media told me? Because when I worked with that guy, he was essentially a mirror. There was things that I liked and a lot of things I didn't. And I saw the path that I was taking. And so each time I pressed record, I felt dissonance inside of me. The goalpost kept moving. I was getting bled out dry, and I was getting fucking shat on like all the time. You can say I had just get thick skin or whatever, but and then I moved back home. At 26, I moved back home. I went from a penthouse to my own room, and now I'm trying to rebuild my life. So I guess the steps that I'm taking now is I got a part-time corporate-ish job, trying to make some money consistently while I rebuild my clientele and trying to figure out where to go with my camera business. It's really hard to do that when you're broke. And essentially, I went broke. And I hate to admit that out loud. What I also learned is that a lot of the moves I was making was very individualistic, and maybe I just need a good community or people that I can relate to. And I was not moving in someone that wanted something like that for so long. Now realizing that I wanted that and looking where I'm at now, there's some regret in how I moved, and I guess grief and shame on where I could have been. Because I remember the past like 2 years or 2 years ago, I remember people saying for so long, like, me and one other guy, we're the next like creatives up in the city. And I there was 2 points to be able to move, move like my balls are huge, right? But also move humbly. Maybe I moved a little bit too humble, or maybe I didn't move humble enough. But also I got to give myself some credit too. My parents didn't start their own business. They went straight to work. But then again, I'm the one that, didn't finish school. I basically did what everybody else told me to, and then the camera thing was where I made my own decision. And I guess I got no one else to blame but myself. I feel like I lost a lot of my network too. But yeah, there's the gap between what I thought I was and where I'm at now, and it's wide. And it feels like a pit that I'm falling into. And I gotta pull myself back up because no one else is gonna do that except myself. No big resolution, but just I'm actively building. I'm publicly doing camera stuff again. I'm trying to take care of my body. I'm going back into the gym because my progress got messed up with that. I'm trying to keep my bad habits at bay. That's been a little bit hard since moving back home the past 2 months. You know, I prided myself on not playing video games for so long, and that's pretty much what I've been grinding. Last time I played was like, what, 4 years? 3, 4 years ago, and now I'm back on my young again, and I'm not exactly, young like that anymore. But ultimately, I'm a creative trying to find his footing again, or maybe even to figure out who am I without the camera. But yeah, if you stayed this long, thanks for listening. And if you're a creative that's stuck in a similar situation or, needs some baseline to where you're at versus where I am, here it is. But just remember that if I didn't start clicking record all those years ago, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a camera like this, and ultimately I wouldn't find the urge to be able to flip my camera open and click record and find some weird spot where I went to go get my coffee, pull it into the lot, plop my tripod down and click record. I don't feel like putting a lot of B-roll or doing heavy edits on this. I'm kind of going off the dome and off bullet points. Maybe one day I can fully talk about the story and, make things clear, and hopefully I'm a different person by then. But for now, just know I'm actively rebuilding and taking it day by day. And I like to have hope again and keep going. Anyways, thanks for listening. That's my 2-month update from where I was and where I'm at now. All right, time to put this camera away. I'll catch you guys, whenever later is.